Chapter 5 Air and Water Part 2. Here we will discuss about properties of air and then we will discuss about water. Properties of air. Now, the first property we will study is that air has weight. For the experiment, we have taken two inflated balloons, दो फूले हुए balloons लिए हैं, and we have tied it on a stick. We have taken one balancing point. Right now, both the balloons are balanced. But as we pick one balloon, we will observe that the blue balloon side will goes down and the pink will goes up. This is because the air has weight, so blue will goes in the downward direction, while pink, from which the air has escaped out, it will go in the upward direction. It proves that air has weight. Now, a second property says that air takes up space. Means air जो है एक matter है और matter space occupy करता है. Now, let me learn this with the experiment. Now, for the experiment, we have taken of water in a tub and we have put it the inverted glass. Now you can see inside the glass there's air. This air, when it is present in the glass, the water is not filled in it. But as we tilt the glass, जैसे हमने टेढ़ा किया, एयर बाहर निकल गई और पानी इस ग्लास में भर गया. जब तक ये ग्लास इन्वर्टेड सीधा था इस टब में, तब तक एयर होने की वजह से इसमें पानी नहीं भर सकता था. This shows that air takes up space. Now the third property says that air exerts pressure. एयर जो होती है वो प्रेशर exert करती है जिस भी ऑब्जेक्ट में वो होती है उसमें. Okay, so in this we can do the experiment and learn that how air exert pressure in the upward direction, in the downward direction, and in all the direction. In this experiment, we have taken a glass filled with water and a cardboard. We have covered the glass. Now, we have inverted the glass. हमने उल्टा कर दिया glass को, लेकिन see the water is not falling out. This is because the air exerts pressure in the upward direction. What is happening here? The air is pushing the cardboard upward. वो cardboard को ऊपर की तरफ push कर रही है, जिसकी वजह से कार्डबोर्ड नीचे नहीं गिर रहा.
Now I will make a hole in the bottle with this pushing. Now see, the water is not coming out from the bottle. But when I will open the cap of the bottle,
there is a downward pressure of air which causes
the water will come out.
जिसकी वजह से पानी वहां से निकल रहा है. This shows that air exerts pressure in downward direction. Now, last experiment demonstrate us about air exerts pressure in all direction. We have taken a balloon and we are blowing it. हम इसको फुला रहे हैं. Now, as per the capacity, the balloon will blow, and after that, air exerts pressure on the walls of the balloon and balloon will burst. This shows air exerts pressure in all direction. There is one more property of air, that for burning we need air, and this experiment we have already done in our first video. Now let us come to the next segment of our chapter, that is water. In this we will know about water, impurities of water, and purification of drinking water. Now we have learned about the air. Now next is our water. 70% of our earth is covered with water. हमारी अर्थ जो है वो 70% वाटर से ही कवर्ड है. आप सभी ने ग्लोब देखा होगा. ग्लोब में जो ब्लू कलर शो करता है दैट इज द वाटर. दिस शोज that 70% of our earth is covered with water. It is as important as air. We need air to breathe and water to complete our basic needs. The water is found in water bodies. Water bodies are like sea, river, ocean. These all are the water bodies. But not only in this, we can find water as underground water also. The balance of water on earth is maintained by two processes, that is evaporation and condensation. These change the state of water from water to gas and gas to water, and by this process the level of water is maintained on earth. We know that evaporation is the process in which by heating water, water changes to vapor form, and condensation is the process in which when we cool the steam or gas or a water vapor, then it again convert it into water. So these two processes continuously take place on earth to maintain the balance of water on earth. Impurities in water. Now students, the water we get from water bodies like ponds, wells, sea, ocean, river. So this water is impure. ये water जो होता है ये impure होता है, pure नहीं होता है, पीने के लायक नहीं होता है. By the process of filtration, purification, we make it fit for drinking. So what are the impurities which is present in water? The impurities may be a soluble impurities or it may be a insoluble impurities. Soluble impurities which is soluble in water, जो पानी में पूरी तरह से घुल जाती है और हमें दिखाई नहीं देती है. ये होती है फॉर एग्जाम्पल सॉल्ट, शुगर, सोडियम. Insoluble impurities are those impurities which are not soluble in water. ये पानी में soluble नहीं होती है और हमें दिखाई देती है. फॉर एग्जाम्पल सैंड एंड मड. जब भी मिट्टी या कीचड़ पानी में घुला हुआ होता है तो पानी का कलर ब्राउनिश या मटमैले रंग का दिखाई देता है, जिसकी वजह से हमें पता पड़ जाता है ये पानी गंदा है. लेकिन जब सॉल्युबल इम्प्योरिटीज मिक्स होती है तो उसकी वजह से पानी का कलर बहुत ज़्यादा चेंज नहीं होता है, तो हमें पता नहीं पड़ता है कि इसमें इम्प्योरिटीज मिक्स है या नहीं है. तो इसलिए पानी को फिट फॉर ड्रिंकिंग बनाने के लिए वी यूज डिफरेंट काइंड ऑफ प्योरिफिकेशन मेथड. Now next we study about removal of insoluble impurities from water. It is done by three processes, that is sedimentation, decantation and filtration. We will learn this by a small experiment. Now let me learn about sedimentation. We have taken muddy water. After some time you will see that the solid impurity will settle at the bottom of the glass, and at the top you can see a clean water. This process of settling of the heavy solids at the bottom is called sedimentation. जब solids नीचे settle हो जाते हैं इसको हम sedimentation कहते हैं. Now when we take out this clear water in another jar leaving behind the sediments, this process is called the decantation. Next we learn about the filtration process. For this we have taken a liquid with some impurities, that is solid impurities, a flask and a filter paper. Now I will fold the filter paper and adjust in a funnel which is attached on the flask. Now I will pour this liquid. अब हम ये liquid जो है muddy हमारा जो liquid है हमने इसमें डाल दिया. Now you can see that in the flask after some time a clear water is coming out. ये जो साफ पानी है वो इसमें से धीरे धीरे करके निकलता जा रहा है. और अगर आप फिल्टर पेपर को देखोगे ऑन द टॉप तो यहाँ पे जितनी भी इम्प्योरिटीज़ है, जो सॉलिड इम्प्योरिटीज़ है वो डिपॉजिट हो गई. So this is the process known as filtration. In the filtration process, the insoluble solids can be removed from a liquid by using a filter paper or this process, the liquid that comes down is the filtrate and the solid particles that remain is the residue. Removal of soluble impurities from water. In this we will discuss about evaporation and distillation. First come to evaporation. Now in this process we heat the liquid. हम जो है liquid यानी water को heat करेंगे और वो convert होगा water vapor में, leaving behind the soluble impurities like salt and sugar. Now next is distillation. We can understand this with the help of this diagram. You can see that we have taken a beaker filled with water and started heating it. This beaker is connected with a condenser and the condenser is connected with a tube and then it is connected last with a flask. Now as we start heating the water converts into water vapor और ये जो वेपर है ये ट्रांसफर होगी कंडेंसर में। कंडेंसर का काम है पानी को वापस से जो वेपर्स हैं उनको ठंडा करके पानी में कन्वर्ट करना। अब ये क्या करेगा, यहाँ पे वेपर को ठंडा कर देगा और वाटर में कन्वर्ट कर देगा। Then this cold water is transferred through the tube in the flask. This is the pure water and the residual impurities are left behind in the beaker. Now this pure water is used in car batteries, science experiment and in medicine because it does not contain any impurities or germs. Now our last topic is purification of drinking water. We basically need a clean water to drink and the water should be free from germs because if we drink impure water it may cause diseases. So there are following methods to make the water pure for drinking. First is the boiling. Now this is the simplest way we can use. In this we can boil the water for 10 to 15 minutes and make it fit for drinking. The next process of purification of water is chlorination. In this we add chlorine tablets in the water because this chlorine kills the germs present in the water and make it fit for drinking. And last we can use water purifier for the purification of water. These are the electrical water purifiers which can be used at home to get the clean and pure water. So thank you students, our chapter is being completed.